Boom! Big H back again. Come on, man. 33 and that. Active. Man's active. You get me? Come on, man. No. No, that's not Corona. That's not Corona. But anyways, what I want to talk to you, man, today about, obviously, woo, everyone knows about the Holy Spirit, innit? Everyone knows about the Holy Spirit. Let me talk about the Holy Spirit real quick, because this one's serious. You feel me? Now, obviously, when people talk about the Holy Spirit, yeah, people associate the Holy Spirit with being, invisible forces that's all around us that, does this thing, all of that. You get me? But people would not stop to think like everything, like all this. You see this house here? You see that bin there? You see me? You see everything, all of this, the environment, the tree, and then even the air around us here, the little particles, the invisible particles, which is still something. All of this is the Holy Spirit. Do you get me? Without the Holy Spirit, nothing really materializes. You get me? Like, nothing becomes materialized. I wouldn't be materialized as what I am. You know what I'm saying? This wouldn't be materialized. I feel like everything would be just, you get me, just blank. You get me? Obviously, the Holy Spirit, which is God, the Holy Spirit, which is God, is all around us. It's us and all around us, and everything that you can see, smell, touch, all of that stuff. You get me? People like to limit the Holy Spirit, it's one invisible thing. Like, you can't see it. It's just around us. It's everything around us is the Holy Spirit. Now, obviously, when you come to the realm of spirit, spirit is neutral. Do you get me? And obviously, if there's things there for people like us, like human beings, to make something out of it, it will bend and fold to what we're making it, whether it is good or bad. Do you get me? Now, of course, the Holy Spirit, I like to call that spirit. I like to call the neutrality of the spirit. I just like to call it spirit when it's neutral. Holy Spirit, I feel like it's out here to, they're out here to do the work, man, the real work. You get me? Now, the Holy Spirit, the one that's out here to do the work, not just spirit. It cannot be manipulated by mere man. Mere men cannot manipulate that shit, man. You need to, it can't be manipulated, period, obviously. But for it to work with you, obviously, you need to be awake to the fact that you are love, because you cannot be anything other than love. Do you feel me? God is love. Love made you, so you are love. It's that simple. Obviously, if you don't feel like that, it's because you're not awake to that truth yet. Do you get me? Or should I call it truth? That reality, that perspective. It's still truth, because you are love. That's truth. But obviously, truth is very relative to people. The Holy Spirit works with those who are of love, who radiates love, who's of love. When they set their intentions and do the action is loving. It's not mixed in with no other nonsense. Because you can fool man, but you can't fool God. You can't fool God, man. You can fool me, but you ain't fooling God. You ain't doing that. The Holy Spirit takes form. You feel me? It is everything around us. The cloud, everything is spirit. You are spirit. Before you're human, you are spirit. For something to be manifested in a realm like this, that's very dense and very physical, it has to be created first in the spirit, no? It's not as if you came here, you made the world and you made everything else. Otherwise, you call it what you're trying to call it, innit? Nah. You already know what's going on. You know the one, the Father, which I'm going to make a video about very soon. I'm going to do Holy Spirit, Son, then, you know. But without the Holy Spirit, nothing takes form. Nothing takes form. Absolutely nothing. From the lightest density of the angels and all of that, to the most dense densities like us, like everything around me. Without the Holy Spirit, none of that takes form. The Holy Spirit as well, it is all around you. And the Holy Spirit, it carries your messages, your prayers, all of that to the Father. You get me? Obviously, the Father's everywhere. Like, even before the Holy Spirit has carried it and all of that, the Father done heard you. But, you get me? Like, when you pray, when you ask when you request something to the Father, when you say it with your mouth, all of the Spirit, because Spirit is everywhere, because Holy Spirit is everywhere, it's everywhere. Once you've said it, it's listening. It's listening. You can't hide. Like, people need to understand, even if you do your thing in secret, nigga, you can't hide. There's nowhere to hide. Not on this earth, not in this universe. Anything that has to do with God, you can't hide. Because it is God, man. You get me? Fucking hell. So, when you're praying and you're requesting these things, the Holy Spirit is everywhere. Everywhere. That's why Yeshua said, when you pray, go somewhere private, man. Go somewhere private and send your request up unto the Lord. Because what happens there is the Holy Spirit, of course, the Father's everywhere, the Son's everywhere, the Holy Spirit's everywhere. But because it's everywhere, and it's like you're there in private, it's just you and that. Very intimate, you get me? It carries off your prayers, and listen, after that, just leave the prayer alone. Pray, go about your day. Go about your day. The Holy Spirit has done the work, and it's heard you. You get me? Because it's such a simple concept, but obviously people have been too programmed. You get me? But anyways, man, that's all I had to say. Like, listen, the Spirit, Holy Spirit, the Spirit itself, it is everything that you can see. It's everything. Shaped and molded into exactly what it was intended to be. You get me? For our experience, not just us here, because we're not the only perspective here. There's other animals here, man. There's insects here, man. There's entities that you are unaware of. You get me? That are all experiencing and taking in this whole grand experience given to us by our Father. Thank you for the Son, and the Holy Spirit has now materialized everything for us, man. But anyways, man, that's big hits. 33 and that man's out. Peace.